first off is to hear from some of our companies, and particularly Tim, I'd like you to start. Just tell me a little bit about your story, just briefly what the business does, and how long you've been in the Accelerator program, and maybe if you like what you don't.
Okay. So I'm from the Beauty Predictive. We're based in Takapuna on the North Shore. We're a family-owned business. We design and develop, and we market and distribute mostly beauty brands. Some of them are brands that we own, and others are brands that we represent. I joined the Accelerator program just on a year ago, and we had kind of just sort of stumbled our way into exporting by going to trade shows and picked up some big customers, and we sort of were bumbling our way through it in the best way we thought that we should, making mistakes and stuff, so thought that there was probably the need for us to get a bit of education from some people that have done it before and get some good advice on what we were doing and what we plan to do.
What's happened since?
We've had a huge year. I've attended, this is probably the fourth one of these that I've attended. Out of every one that I've attended, something really good has come out of it. I kind of think we've been a bit selfish, but we've actually grabbed one of the last key speakers as an advisor to our board since. She spoke about all the experiences that she'd had, and I thought that's all the problems that we're facing. So that's been good. We've also were able to invite one of the key speakers along, and she spent the whole afternoon with our sales and marketing team talking to us about their experiences in marketing and how that official pipeline would actually.
So let's look out the next 6 months. Looking good?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot on our plate. We've got 3 of our guys here today. We really want to go to China and the US, and yeah, that's been the focus for us as well. So,
would you recommend the program to anybody else?
Yeah, most definitely. It's been good for us.
China will put them in the headline. So thanks very much. We'll come back to you in a minute. Now we've got Mike. He's from Something to Crow About. Can you sort of repeat the performance on the same kind of deal?
That's big shoes to fill. So I'm Mike. I'm from Something to Crow About. We are the #2 premium cereal brand in the country. We were the #5 a year ago. We've grown massively in the 4 years that we've owned the business. We were in 15 stores when we first started in the South Island, mainly around the Dunedin Christchurch area. We're now in 250 supermarkets throughout the country. We have not been producing enough we've been producing enough just to keep up with demand. Now we're getting to the point where we're producing more than demand. So we thought now's the time to start looking at exporting. Went into the NZT&E first, the 2-day course, which was a fortnight apart, the 2 days. It was really awesome. Got us to focus a lot on what our story is, and also opened our eyes up to different markets. And then started looking at the Accelerate program, and it's been fantastic so far. I'm not really a school learner. I've never been great at school. I'm more talk to people, learn what they've learn from their mistakes. So this suits me perfectly. And so we've loved what's happened so far.
So you're taking the theory and sort of turning it into action.
Totally, yeah. And also even the 3 or 4 people I've talked to today have got awesome stuff from I've written.
And what's happening in the next 6 months? Going out of business?
So the next 6 months, one of the things we've already met with 2 of the mentor people, and they said if you're really exhausted in the New Zealand market, we're like, well, hand on heart, no we haven't. There's still quite a lot to do here. But at the same time, we want to start focusing on the exports. So one of the things we're going to do is invest in another head office staff member to take away the whole production side, and then I can then fully focus on export.
So it's helping to calibrate your growth profile and so on.
Yeah.
It isn't a wonderful, simple story. Now, just so you don't get an idea of some practitioners, I've got a couple of people who can help as accelerators. Kirsty, can you tell us a little bit about your background with the Accelerator program and what you look for in your exporters and the kind of things you tell them?
Okay, so my background is I've had 20 years experience in the export field. So I started in fresh produce, then went to frozen, ended up in commodities. So, I've done half of my career in food and beverage. So it's very familiar to work with food and beverage companies. What I love about the Excelerate100 program is it's an opportunity to share some of the war stories that we've had with the companies and to help them look holistically at their businesses. So it's not just about necessarily identifying the right distributor or the right distribution to get their products into the marketplace, but it's also about how are do they have the strength and the capability within their existing business to really be able to provide a growth platform for their export stories. So we take a very holistic approach to their business.
Now, if I wanted you to come and help me out, are you going to do this for free, or are you going to send me an invoice?
Well, that's one thing. I think that the program is incredibly cheap in that regard. They pay a yearly fee, and we do it from a voluntary basis. So there's no charge for the services that we provide. We come in and we provide support. We're there on telephone if you need telephone support, and yeah.
So a small business could afford this.
So totally.
You don't have to be volunteer.
And I think exactly, and I think that this program is very much targeted towards the SME sector. It's targeted towards those businesses which are starting out on their journey, that have done the program through NZTE, are just finding their feet. And it's about surrounding you with industry experts, but also market experts. So if you are looking at a particular market and you don't have any experience in that, and you think that might be the right fit for your business, the team will find you an accelerator who can actually support you and provide some actual market experience.
That's great, Kirsty. Now, moving to you, Brian, we now know roughly how to get into the business. Can you just tell us a little bit about your background, and then tell us how you would approach the average accelerator member who's got a problem, how you go about it?
Yeah, my background, so FMCG, either always been in exporting, basically either living in markets, trying to build New Zealand brands in those markets overseas, or being back here and trying to send them from here up into markets. And yeah, the way to start with accelerators is, and people who have just signed up for the program, is it's as involved as you want them, or as they want it to be. It tends to be, you start off with an initial sort of discovery meeting where you're just sitting down and talking about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. And then it can be, but as Kirsty said, some of the people I'm working with, we're having a monthly half day. Others, it's sort of more like quarterly, and others, it's sort of a weekly phone call. And it's very, I guess, low risk way for people to engage in advisory. They can, very minimal cost really. They pay a one-off fee, and then you're working with them as much as they want you to. And so they can sort of dip their toe in the world of having consultants, and then often what the journey they seem to go on from there is to advisory boards and then boards. So it's a good way for a small company to start to expand beyond the people within the business and start to get advice from outside the business and help them grow.
Have you had any success story you'd particularly like to mention?
I think one, and the company that I've worked with the longest, and I'm not sure, when I gave this piece of advice to them, I'm not sure that Kathy was too impressed with my first advice was don't worry about exporting, which is coming from an exporter. Accelerator wasn't necessarily what we were looking for, I don't think, but this company had so much to go in New Zealand, and so much market opportunity in New Zealand, that what we ended up working on with them for 6 months was the New Zealand market.
That's good advice. We're going to build a good base before we get offshore.
A year later now, we're just starting to go back to where we began a year ago and start to talk about exporting. But for a while, it was just, there's so much food left on the table here, why are you looking to go other places?
Good sound advice. Time is our enemy this morning. But from our two exporters, any sort of take-home advice to the group, but I'll give you a hint, something about maybe joining the program.
It's funny actually from my point of view. It's amazing when we've got introduced from the two Kathys to the program about what it was all about, and like, how much is this? It's like, it's free. I'm like, are you sure? Like, are we really going to get some decent? So it blows me away that these guys volunteer their time, because it saves us a truckload of years of mistakes. Hopefully, then we get to the nitty-gritty pretty quickly.
Well done. And Mike? Sorry, I got a bit.
I have the mic. So my advice actually would be to take the advice, to take the opportunity that is put in front from these guys. They can connect you to some very, very smart people, and the fact that those people are willing to give their time and impart their advice is invaluable. I think something that we should all take advantage of. It's pretty unique.
Well, I think we are actually out of time, are we not? I first of all want to congratulate you all for being here. The work you do is really, really important for New Zealand. but also, I think, for the sort of cultural international exchange, the exporting effort, I think, is fundamental to what New Zealand is about. We're actually quite good at this stuff. I just hate it when I hate seeing New Zealand companies going and making dumb mistakes that have been made before. When we're such a sharing, loving community, we're just so willing to give advice and so often unwilling to take it. And so here's an opportunity. You're in a club. The Exporters is a club. It's in some ways a family. And I really advise you, going overseas, let Kathy know. She'll connect you up with other people. There's nothing better than meeting another exporter in a lounge somewhere and knocking back a few glasses of wine and sharing war stories. It's getting together and doing this stuff together. When we're offshore, the common enemy is the competitors out there, not your mates back here at home. And that's what the Exporting New Zealand is all about. So thanks very much to our panel. You're doing a great job, and congratulations. I think Accelerator is one of the best exporting programs I've ever seen, and I want to congratulate the Cathys for getting it moving. And congratulations to all of you, and Merry Christmas.